This is Brian, and welcome to this commentary playthrough of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Gonna go with a one person, because I don't have a two-player on this. It's just me. So yeah, you can choose Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, or Donatello. In this one, I'm pretty sure it doesn't really matter, because their weapons aren't gonna affect anything as far as gameplay. As the reach doesn't matter and the strength doesn't matter. In the first NES game, it actually did matter. I remember Donatello being pretty overpowered compared to some of the others. Partially because he had the longer reach with the bow staff, and I think it was just also more powerful, potentially. They all had a certain utility, but yeah, he was the best one in there. But yeah, for this it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go with Leo. Fire! Hang on, April. Scene 1. Fire! We gotta get April out. So, one thing you can do in this game is if you can hit A and B at the right time together, you do this power move. But for the foot soldiers, it's pretty much gonna take them out. Depending on your controller and your ability to hit it at the same time, though, it doesn't always work perfect. Otherwise, you jump with one button, and you swing your sword with the other. So you can jump kick is a pretty good tactic also. Especially depending on if the enemies have weapons they're throwing at you or whatnot. These purple guys are just the basic ones that are just gonna do fist fighting against you for the most part. Or they might try to grab you from behind and choke you. You can see I have a life meter up there, and we have 2 extra lives, basically. And I got 16 points. You get a point for every enemy you kill. Or 2 for certain enemies, I think, if they're a bigger enemy. But, once you get enough points, it will give you another extra life, basically. So not only do you have to kill the enemies to progress, but you generally just want to take them all out anyway, because it'll help you with lives. I had talked about playing Mega Man 6 next in this time slot, and I actually went to start recording it, and I just realized that I'm not really in the mood for a Mega Man game today. Especially trying to get the first Robot Master done or something. It can be pretty frustrating to me, at least. Not that this game can't be frustrating, but see how far we make it. This isn't the kind of game that I've consistently been able to beat over time, but I can pick it up and make it through several levels at least. Partially the thing is when you're a kid and you're playing, sometimes you just don't have enough time to play through a game like this and beat it all the way through. But it can also be tough to make it to the final areas without dying and having enough continues and all that. I wouldn't consider this to be the toughest game in it by any means. It also has some tough areas. Okay, got the white guys here, the sword wielders, so they're right at home with Leo. Yeah, I'm already taking a lot more hits than I'd like to take, but part of that comes with, you know, not playing it for a while, and also trying to record and comment also makes it just a little different than you're used to playing usually, I suppose. These guys are just going to run around and shoot lasers at you. So I usually find it's best to just kind of jump around and jump kick. And you notice after you hit them, sometimes they will also throw that whip out at you, and that's also an electrified whip if they hit you with it. And yes, they will die eventually. Yep, you hear a scream from in the office, so we go in and there's April. We got more foot soldiers here, and yeah, still everything's on fire. But these guys, that's like a gun basically they're carrying. And there's, I don't know what the name for these things is, but yeah, it's one of Shredder's transport module things. And this is Rocksteady, I think. Bebop and Rocksteady are the two guys. I think Bebop is or Rocksteady's the rhinoceros looking guy, and Bebop's like a warthog. Yeah, I find the easiest way to try to take him out is to just do this jump picking. Yeah, he'll start flashing, and he'll flash even more closer he gets to death. Yeah, he's getting closer. There we go. I didn't die, and we got him. Because your life will refill at the next level. But Shredder takes off with April. Scene 2. Come on, after that Shredder creep. And you can fall down the holes after that manhole cover's pulled off, and you'll say, like, who turned out the lights, but it actually does take away health, too. I wouldn't recommend doing it on purpose, unless you're confident in your abilities to be able to afford to take some damage. I honestly don't know how many parts this is going to be for a playthrough of this, or if on one try I'll be able to make it all the way through it. I don't know. Maybe even if I make it partially through it though and die, I might try to start over. And I don't think I'll necessarily cut that out. Yeah, there's Shredder on the TV. The hydrant, yeah, you can actually blow that off and hit a guy with the cap if there's somebody standing over there. Yeah. Could have avoided that. And that. Guys are a little bit of a pain in the ass because they're like throwing sticks of dynamite at you, or I don't know, maybe not dynamite, but big fireworks maybe. Notice there's pizza up top there. That will actually restore your health, at least partially. Because, I mean, if you're familiar with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, pizza's their thing. You hit that girl, it actually does give you a point. Even though I would consider her to be a non-combatant, probably. These guys throw boomerangs at you. Yeah. Okay, getting caught up a little. Now, yeah, you gotta watch out for those signs, because there are actually guys behind the Pizza Hut signs. And yeah, that is the first place I think I remember ever playing this game, was actually in an arcade machine in a Pizza Hut when I was a kid. But then, yes, it also came out for the NES. Pretty sure the arcade game was first, though. And of course there, you could just keep paying quarters to keep playing longer if you wanted to, so... as long as you had enough money, you could beat it. And there's gonna try to do the same thing with him, but it's a little different. For the most part, I think the best time to hit him is when he's shooting at you like that. And yeah, avoid him when he's charging at you. Timing's just been horrible on that, though. Yeah, this one's not working out as well as Rocksteady so far. Although with the pizza and stuff, I did make it through this level with a little more health, but... Damn it. Gonna lose a life here. Yeah, that's what happens when you lose a life. I could be a little more careless here now because, well... doesn't really matter as much. As long as I don't lose another life. Even though he's pretty early on, I always did find him to be a little bit tougher as far as most of the bosses in this game. Because a lot of them, it's easy to get them into a kind of pattern. Whereas with him, it's not quite that way, I don't think, at least. Now we're in the sewers. And yeah, you can actually go down in the water. Doesn't really matter too much. There are a couple places where it might matter, but early on here. Okay, come on. Missing my double button hits there for a little bit. Okay, these guys got like a sledgehammer they're going to try to hit you with. I always thought it kind of looked like they're trying to sweep you with a broom, but I don't think that would be doing that damage. Sometimes I do want to check down in the water, because at some points... You got these Mausers coming out. You want to try to just... Yeah. Want to try to stay on the hole and just keep hitting the button to get them hit like that when they come out. Because if they escape on you, and they start ganging up on you, yeah, they can do some damage. But yeah, they're a good cheap way to get some free points for building up your next life. If you play two-player, I think more enemies spawn overall, but you do have to split the points between two players, so like one player might be really good and end up getting most of the kills, so then they'll get the extra lives. Although I think when you die, you have the option to like give a life to the other player. Mowing them down. Good. There we go. Yeah, here you have this grate coming down. Yeah, at this point, this is kind of what I was waiting for and looking for. These missiles will start shooting at you, and if you just wait down here and hit them, get a point for each one of them. I think this is the kind of thing you don't have to do this. You can just skip them by staying up on the top. So that is really a place where you get some basically free points if you want them. Yeah, sometimes you can even get two for one there like that. Man, for some reason I'm not getting the double hit on these Mauser parts though. And that sound, where I got to 200, I got another extra life. Made up for the one I lost. And we're at another boss already. I think this is Baxter Stockman. Before he gets transformed, basically. And yeah, he'll keep dropping these Mausers out, so best thing is to just keep doing jump kicks. Try to avoid them latching onto you. Yeah. Not getting any hits in on him, though. Ah, come on. So this one, never really found this one to be difficult. It's a little more time consuming here just because I'm missing him so often. There, he's finally flashing. Okay, there we go. Yeah, first few levels go pretty quickly, pretty easy. That's where Baxter is changed into the Fly. Tonight I dine on turtle soup. Okay, Shredder. Scene 3, let's melt snow and rebuild New York City. So, yeah, this one, a little bit harder, I think, as a level. And I think there are a couple of levels that weren't in the original arcade game, and this is one of them, I'm pretty sure. You wanna... Yeah, for the most part, I like to try to stay to the top, just because I can avoid... Well, I wouldn't call them a snow plow exactly. It looked like it had some kind of a roller crusher on the front of it. These things can be a pain, just because... Oh yeah, and that's what happens when you fall in the manhole. Yeah, these things can be a pain just because they shoot those missiles off at you. See, if you can get them caught in the corner like this, or off to the side, it's a little easier. Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're a snowman, but they're actually, yeah, the snowman just inside of that little robot thing. These guys are throwing, I would guess it's ninja stars inside of a snowball. I think we got another snowplow somewhere up here. There'll be another section with falling snowballs or falling rocks yet, too. And yeah, I think this is the last section with these guys, actually. Already. Yeah, here's this. If I just keep walking on the top, I should be okay. Getting a little low on health here. I might lose a life before I finish this level. Okay, we're up to the boss, though. He can be kind of tough, but if you get him caught in the right pattern, you should be able to handle him. Basically, I just want to hit him when he's trying to pick up those rocks and throw them at me. Yeah, you can kind of get him stuck in this pattern here. Oops. Oops. Good. Okay, well, lost the life. Didn't think he was going to hit me there. But he's almost done. There we go. Yeah, and I guess that device was basically making the... No, so... Spring is here. Now we're off into the city. Yeah. You can use these cones if you're able to hit it right. Gotta watch out though, because some of these cars are actually going to drive forward. It's always going to be one that's different color than the gray ones in the background, so that's one way to kind of tell a little bit. Yeah, you can blow those barrels up to try to take out some enemies. And the doors that are like this, enemies will pop out of some of those after you get to a certain point on it. That car is probably going to drive forward, I think. Maybe not. I got one of them with the blowing up barrel. There we go. And now these guys with the guns, they can be pretty tough because they'll shoot you, plus they'll knock you with their guns like that. So I've always found it to be better to try to get rid of them as soon as possible. I don't know if there's another car that moves or not. I don't remember. I just remember it being enough of a thing that it kind of shocked me when it happened the first time, so I was always looking out for it. Big thing with the guys coming out of the trucks, that doesn't seem to have happened here again yet. Oh, set it off a little too soon, I guess. God dang it. Starting to slip a little. I'm not too worried about yet. Pretty sure we get a pizza coming up here. Unless I don't make it that far before I die. Okay. This Baxter Stockman, basically if you get underneath him and just, yeah, I mean, not gonna work perfectly, but I think for the most part you can kind of camp under him. Yeah, he's getting weaker already. And a big fly swatter. There he goes. Looks like April's okay. And the turtle van. I owe you one. As she kisses Leo's bald head. Let's get to that secret factory, I think is what they said. And now we're up on the highway, basically. And I think there will be cars on here too, potentially, that'll drive by. So, kind of like with the snow plows and the snow level, I generally try to keep the top. These guys are fucking spears at me. Bunch of truckers. Yeah, there's a car. And I think there might be guys on motorcycles in some of the parts too. And yes, you can pause it in the middle at least. I think before I go further here in this stage, we are going to go ahead and call it there for the first part. So 359. So I think once I get to 400, I get another extra life. I'm getting closer to that here, so not too worried about that. And plus, I do think you get a couple of continues potentially. I don't remember for sure, so I might be wrong on that. But we'll see how far we can make it. And if I don't make it all the way through it on the first try, we'll just make a second loop. I'm not going to guarantee that I beat the game, but I think I should be able to. I'd like to get these playthroughs and to show the complete game, so I don't want to cut it off in between. Or, well, worst case scenario, I might just restart it and just not show all my progress. But we'll get a full we'll get a full playthrough in. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you've been enjoying the content so far, please like, comment, and subscribe or follow, and we'll catch you next time.